Pep, it's Kaveh Solokol from Sky Sports in the UK. Can you tell us if Raheem Sterling is 100% fit, and how important is it for you that he can play tomorrow night?
Yeah, Raheem is fit. His natural physical condition, his regeneration is amazing, and he said to us, so I could play West Ham game, I could have played against the previous one we played in Leicester. The doctors say be careful because it's not in time. This muscular injury always 3 weeks, 1 month, and after 15 days he wants to play. That is a good signal, and he's fit. Yeah, he's ready.
James.
Hi, Pep.
Yeah.
Do you want your players to feel like this could be their last chance of winning the Champions League?
No way.
No.
These players will have a lot of chances to win the Champions League this season. I know it's in a big opportunity. It's last 16. We play with the king of this competition, so we know the challenge in front of us we have to face, but in the same time, it's not the last one. So when you are going to die and after there's no more chances, but in life, if you are in this business, you want to train, you want to play, always, you never know what's going to happen. So that is another opportunity. We try to follow what we thought we prepare, and 2 games, the first one, and try to, like David said, be ourselves and do a good game. No special motivation to be, even if the last one has not to be an extra motivation. So the desire to win has to be there. Without that, it's impossible. But more than that, it's another game. That's all.
Pablo Miranda para Radio Nacional. Te quería preguntar, Pep, la última vez que te enfrentaste al Madrid fue hace 6 años en partido oficial con el Bayern. ¿Qué diferencia encuentras entre este Madrid y el de aquel entonces, y si piensas que ha perdido pegada con respecto a aquel?
¿Qué diferencias? Tendría que revisar mentalmente cómo fue ese partido, que ya no me acuerdo mucho. Me acuerdo del 0-4 en Múnich, pero de aquí me acuerdo que jugamos, creo, un muy buen partido. En primera parte, sobre todo, llegaron una vez por banda izquierda y Benzema marcó. Fue un partido bastante igualado, muy igualado, diría. Yo creo que el Madrid de ahora es un poco distinto al que conocí cuando jugué contra ellos o entrenaba. Es muchísimo más agresivo, aprieta hacia adelante. El Madrid siempre ha tenido jugadores técnicos de alto nivel, pero tienen una solidaridad y mucha agresividad hacia adelante. Es una cosa que en previas igual no la tenía tanta. El juego lo sigue teniendo, juega muy bien y intentaremos que sus puntos que entendemos que igual les podemos hacer daño, intentar aprovecharlos y defender los fuertes que tienen. Y a eso venimos.
Hola, Pep. Fernando Herrero, Fox Sports Latinoamérica, Argentina. Me gustaría preguntarle qué impacto cree que puede tener en su rival en el Real Madrid la ausencia de Eden Hazard, usted que siempre ha hablado de las bondades y de las cualidades de un futbolista como él.
Primero, sea muy mal que no esté. Tuve el honor de disfrutarlo en parte, sufrirlo en Inglaterra. Desde fuera tenía una percepción de él, pero cuando lo ves cerca dices, wow, qué jugador. Estaba convencido de que el Madrid había hecho un fichaje estratosférico. Desafortunadamente por las lesiones se ha parado, pero sigue siendo joven y tiene muchos años. Ojalá estuviera. Desearle pronta recuperación, por supuesto, pero es un jugador magnífico, que estoy convencido que el Bernabeu va a disfrutar.
Hi, Pep. Ian Ladyman of the Daily Mail. Do you ever worry that you've always been associated with the pure side of the game? Do you worry now that wherever this club goes in Europe, there will now be accusations of the club being a bad club, a club that doesn't behave properly? Do you worry about that, whether it's right or wrong?
Yeah, we were under suspicion for a long time. But what I said when it happened, so we have the right to appeal. So I trust with the people of my club. They explain me the reason why. we are under suspicion. They show me the arguments and the proofs, and we are going to appeal. And we are optimistic that finally we can, if we deserve to win the Champions League, because we want discredit on the pitch, we can do it next season in the future. If finally it doesn't happen, we have to accept it and move forward with the people who want to stay for the next. But my trust with the club, I know them, and there is the first instance, we have another one. We appeal as a club, and we're going to see what happens in a case.
Do you worry, though, that lots of people who watch football around the world will have made their judgment already on the club? Do you worry about that?
Ian, we've answered questions at 3 consecutive press conferences on this now. You've got an answer. Move on. Let's have a question on the football. James, do you have one on the football?
Pat, do you feel? Sorry, James Ducker from the Telegraph. Do you feel you need some luck in the knockout stages to win this competition this season? You have referenced in the past a lot of decisions you feel have gone against them. Are you going to need some luck to win it?
You need to play good. That is the first. So you have to be strong, and you have to be quality, and you have to be many things, and you have to need luck. Yeah, in knockout stage of the decisions in the certain points. It's important, but we cannot control that. And we control is play as good as possible, control where we can control, and then we will see. So it's the only matter. So, but it is. So this competition we saw last season, the previous ones, even with when we play in Liverpool, the first game, in the second one. So there are decisions because you play with the time, 180 minutes, and the quality for the opponents, and some moments the decisions take off it. But you have to overcome, like in Leicester what happened, we miss again a penalty, but how it was the reaction after that was exceptional. And that is what in this kind of competition we can be. So we have to be incredible concentration in our game and in our game plan and what we have to do. And of course, try to be a little lucky in the decisions that we cannot control. But I'm not going to be worried and no sleep or not even think about that and talk with the players. So be careful because we cannot control it. And when we cannot.
You don't feel that you've been a bit cursed in recent years? I mean, you've had a lot of.
Many things happen in the recent years, but it's happened. So it's football. So I would like to be a bit more fair. Would happen, especially remember incredible episodes in games, but we cannot control it. So hopefully, can be fair for both sides. Even for us or myself, it's not fair. I don't like to win with the wrong decisions and all for advantage. Hopefully, the VAR, the referees, but not just this case for the bad moments. So it's happened. It's part of the game, but we cannot control it. We have to do what we have to do.
Okay, we're going to take the last 3 questions for Pep, just first down here.
Hello, Pep. Stuart Brennan, Manchester Evening News. Thomas Muller has done an interview this week in which he praised you as a coach, but he said that sometimes in these big knockout games like this one, perhaps you don't stick to what you're best at and try and worry too much about the opponent. Do you think he's got a point?
Well, when an ex-football player I had make this kind of a statement, is not like a criticism, it's like information to give to me, because that is important to do it. In the other side, I have the obligation to know as much as possible my opponent. So I don't play against Madrid since 5 years ago, so I don't know them quite well. They change a lot of players and things, and I have the obligation to know as much. Is it true sometimes I give much, but Thomas and the other players, they cannot say that I never do prepare to win the game. Never prepared a game was a manager from Barcelona Academy, and after first team, Munich, and now City. I never watch a game to think, okay, I'm going to try to do an attack to win the game. Even, in the games with the feet. And always I thought when I was football player, as much information I have to know the opponent, more safe I am to face them, to what they have to do in the open attack, more right, left, good set pieces, or dribbling right and left. As much I know, make me confident to know what I have to face. That is my target to my players. But what I said in the beginning, when the players feel that, I don't know if all the players feel that, but if Thomas play that, it's a good thing for me because maybe he's right. So at the end, it's what he felt. At the end, it's my mistake. But always I try to of course, make them confident and say, okay, go out there and try to play our game.
¿Qué tal, Pep? Aquí, Melchor Ruiz de la cadena COPE. Zidane esta mañana te ha elogiado, como lo ha hecho siempre. Para él eres el mejor entrenador del mundo. Yo no sé cómo calificarías tú a Zizou. Recuerdo que un día dijiste que Mou era el puto amo. No sé qué dirías de Zidane en este corto tiempo que ha estado como entrenador, ¿no?
Evidentemente agradecerle sus palabras. No quiero llevar a la contraria, pero no lo soy. No quiero pecar de otra cosa. Primero porque nunca he pretendido a través de mi profesión ser el mejor. Nunca he entendido quién es el mejor entrenador cuando los artistas, los que juegan, son los futbolistas. Normalmente el que gana tiene más posibilidades de esto, pero nunca me lo he sentido. Ni desde empecé voy a intentar ser el mejor entrenador del mundo. Entiendo que si ganas tienes más elogios y si pierdes pues más crítico, te valoran menos, pero esto no es un problema. Lo que ha hecho en Europa Zidane creo que no se va a volver a repetir, o es muy difícil volver a repetirlo. Es decir, hoy día en este mundo contemporáneo tan complicado en el mundo del fútbol, ganar 3 Champions seguidas demuestra la magnitud no solo de este equipo, de este club, donde pasa generaciones con generaciones, que el jugador que imagino nunca ha estado aquí como entrenador ni como jugador, como jugador ni como entrenador, imagino que uno cuando está aquí sabe el peso que tiene del pasado, de esta competición, donde pocos equipos le pueden competir a través de su historia. Intentamos los demás hacerlo en el campo, pero fuera es imposible. Entonces el jugador que viene aquí sabe que casi no ganar la Champions es un gran fracaso. Y cómo lo domina. Entonces haberlo conseguido durante 3 años seguidos demuestra que en esta competición en Europa no hay nadie mejor que ellos. Y para nosotros es un increíble reto de poder enfrentarnos a esto. Tuvimos 4 o 5 años, no sé cuántas veces han ganado la Champions. Enfrentarnos y aprender y entender por los problemas. Estamos convencidos de que nos apetece jugar contra ellos, jugar este partido y a ver si podemos estar a la altura de esta competición, de nosotros mismos básicamente, y de jugar el partido.
Okay, last question.
Hola Pep, bona nit. Sebas Guim de TV3. Una pregunta en català. Com a entrenador dels diferents equips que has visitat en 8 ocasions al Santiago Bernabeu, amb ho recordaven abans, una derrota, 2 empats, 5 victòries, quin és el partit que més li ha marcat tant per bé com per malament? Gràcies.
Jo vaig venir com a jugador, vaig perdre moltes vegades i em vaig guanyar també moltes, i com a entrenador he anat una mica millor. Amb tots tens un bon record. Evidentment, jo sempre ho he dit, guanyar la Lliga, no per guanyar el 2-6, sinó és perquè era la primera Lliga, i guanyar la Lliga sempre és el títol més maco. Però amb tots hi ha